Chasad, the Hebrew scholar, armed with scripture, history, and a fire from the ancient text. In the opposing corner, humble mystic, the naturalist, challenging tradition, questioning everything, bringing raw, unfiltered logic to the battlefield. The question, was the Canaanite god El and the biblical god Yahweh the same? Faith, history, mythology collide. No ducking, no dodging, no mercy, just pure intellectual combat. Who's got the facts? Who's got the pressure? Who's gonna break under the spotlight? You decide, where beliefs are tested and only the strongest arguments survive. Pull up or get left behind.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yo, listen, man. My man A1 be doing his thing on these commercials, boy. I promise you he do. He be doing his thing on these commercials. We got brother Furquan down there. What's up, brother Furquan?
Oh, I'm doing good, brother. Just excited to hear this good discussion that's finna pop off.
Oh yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, we turned it to an open panel. Brother Omar, brother OTK, they be having some good information, you know. And you know, hey, listen, it's an open panel. Whatever we want to discuss, you know, how we want to discuss it, whichever route we want to take it. Hey, it is what it is.
All right, sounds good.
Right quick. Right quick, humble. I only want to address one thing that you said, brother, because you know, I know they probably looking at me. You know, I got this straight Muslim name, Omar Muhammad, but you know, I'm an Israelite, brother. So I just want to make one small correction when you spoke about, you know, not all. Some Israelite brothers say that a woman can't teach. So, and I want to be very specific. A woman can teach. A woman can teach. The only thing a woman can't do is like lead the congregation, like the woman got the Bible and she say, pull John 3:15, pull the scripture, and men is sitting at the foot of her, leading the congregation. That's the only thing she can't do. Now, can a woman teach? Yeah, that's just like 9 times out of 10. You know, the woman gonna throw down in the kitchen more than the man. So that's just like saying, an Israelite brother say, "Well, I'm gonna cook the food the way I want." Don't nobody like it? Hell no, I'm gonna be like, yo, baby, come up in here. Like I tell my, come up here and show me what to do. Show me, she's teaching me.
Right.
I don't know how to do taxes. Hey, baby, can you show me how to do this? Scoot over, baby. Let me show you how to do this. Let me teach you something. Exactly. So that's not necessarily white, right? You know what I'm saying? The woman, the Bible specifically say that there's nothing more precious than a woman. It compares her to diamonds and rubies. A woman has a part. She hold on. A man can't operate as far as build. You can't build a nation without a woman. So the woman is very, very prized in Israelite culture. She holds respect. She holds value. So I just wanted to correct that there, brother. That's it, brother.
Most definitely. I be poking fun, man. I know you know, brother. I know a lot of y'all Israelites don't believe in the same manner. You see what I'm saying? Because I know for a fact if I go ask Tazariak about that, we all know what Tazariak.
But he's gonna agree with me because that's
he's gonna say
that's one of my elders. That's who I you know, I take a lot of tutelage under that. That's how I came in the truth is through Captain. So you know I side with the UPK brothers. Now, if you go ask another guy like
you got an Islamic name.
I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead,
you
brother.
got an Islamic name. Is that your original name? Your original birth name?
Yeah.
I'm just asking because I'm wondering. Okay.
I'm gonna give a quick background. So I'm from Chicago. So when me and my brothers was born, like my brother is Kareem Muhammad. So when I was born, my parents was already grounded in Islam. They went to the mosque over there. I think it was off the south side. It was like off of Stony Island, I think, like off of 80 something, 85th. You know, the mosque over there. So when I was born, I came up in
Mohammedanism too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah, man. My
You had
my father.
Garvey, you had Marcus Garvey, and then you had your boy who started the Moorish Science Temple, and then you had your boy who came out of
Noble
nowhere,
Drew Ali. No.
Yeah, and then you had Master Farad.
Noble Drew Ali was out of Chicago.
Right.
Yeah. All of them started in Chicago.
Man. So you know,
we go ahead.
We got a rich history. My father was a part of Louis Minister Farrakhan. He was a part of the security detail. His specialty was security. He was nice with them hands. So he was
they know my grandfather helped build the first temple in Detroit. Temple number 1. So that's why I say, man, forget the Owaspy, forget all of that, forget a person believe, or he don't even believe in that, but forget what a person is saying. It's the point that he's a person and he got a lot of history with himself. You know what I'm saying? So that's the things we need to look at. That's how we gonna become better.
Yo, he said,
but I mean,
Owaspy.
No, you know what? Like when it comes to
OTK is funny, bro.
Tell you that he don't.
Why you do that? Why you do that, OTK?
That boy threw a shot at Cosmo.
OTK is funny. We know who he threw a shot at.
Oh, Cosmo! Listen, my brother Cosmo will tell you that he will throw the book away. I'm not saying after Owaspy like that. I'm just saying that like, yo, they can still do what they do without the Owaspy. They don't need the Owaspy to do what they do. That's what he's saying. And trust me, I've been rocking with my brother for 5 years now. Yeah, 4 years now. Trust me. I know what the Creative Gang roll with, man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that wasn't no shot. It was like, that's what he'll tell you. He will tell you that he might say it like that, F the Owaspy. I don't need that book. He'll tell you that too. If I'm not
I have
mistaken.
a question for Queen Cherokee. How did you get your name, Queen Cherokee?
I got my name from my heritage. My DNA, my grandmother is a Cherokee Indian. And the Queen just comes along with the title of my children and my ex-husband.
Cherokee, what smaller tribe of Cherokee that she is? Because Cherokee is like a universal nation. It's like more than one tribe up underneath the. Did you ever find out who the smaller tribe chieftain was?
Well, I know they're from Mississippi, Kosciuszko. That part of the Mississippi's, there. My great grandmother was actually she was a slave. The one that owned her was a Dutchman, a white Dutchman. He ended up having 9 kids by her.
Indian slave, or was she an African slave?
No, she was an Indian slave.
Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. Bet.
And he ended up marrying her and had 9 kids, left her the whole plantation.
Big facts. And that's why I be trying to tell these trans Africans, they be like, oh, we took the name of our slave owners. No, because when we go back and we look at history, every so-called slave or indentured servant didn't take some of their slave owners. If you took the name of your slave owners, that was your great grandfather or something like that. Big facts.
Yeah, it was a really interesting story, that my grandmother shared with us before she passed about her mother. And, that I think his slavery ended with her. After he married her, he ended having slaves. But on his plantation was nothing but Indians.
So they was up underneath indentured servitude too. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
Mound builder stock too out there in Mississippi. You had the Mississippians culture that was up in that area. You also had the Alabamans, because you didn't
Yeah.
have no states at this time, so you had all of these different chieftains in that area. You also got the Yamasee over there. You got the first part of the Seminoles over there in that Creek area, Muskegon area. Yeah, they was definitely shout out to Chief Tuscaloosa. Shout out to Chief Kofacheki. You know what I mean? Who was out there in that area? You know what I mean? Yeah. You got rich history. Okay, that's fire.
I just want to piggyback off of that because that's ironic. That's
Go ahead,
ironic. Yeah, I'll be real quick, Queen Cherokee. That's ironic because I was looking at your name, sister. So my grandmother, born and raised out of Mississippi, specifically from an area called Coldwater, Mississippi. And my grandmother has a background of Cherokee and Creek, native indigenous people out of that area. So I just want to quickly say that because I just found that ironic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Beautiful. That's why I just said the Creeks and all of them. Yeah, definitely. So the Creeks was like a confederation too. So when they say the Creek Indians, that was almost like a confederation that when people was coming across it, that they classify these people as. This is one thing we got to understand. That's why you see different classes, because you got to look at who's writing at that time and who's talking about these chieftains that they're seeing, that they're visiting, and they come in parts of. So once we know that, that's when we see it's different lingual and all of that. So yeah, hey, that's some beautiful info, man. Both of y'all, for real. So with that being said, Omar Muhammad, so are you Aboriginal or American Indian? By that being said,
well, because
or
I
are
go
you indigenous? You might like the word indigenous. You know what I mean? I don't want to throw that name out there because they call it constructs and stuff like that. So I don't want to throw no name out there.
Yeah, but because of the Israelite culture, the seed pushes through the man. So the thing is, I am the seed of my father. I'm the seed of my father. So I would be considered more of like a black, like a black and Taino.
So let me ask you this though. So now you said two things. You said because of your Israelite stuff or whatever like that. You are what your father is. You know what I mean? Over here with the American Indian indigenous over here, you are what your mother is. We roll on a matriarchic society over here, bro. Nobody roll off a patriotic society into the Bible. Go ahead.
That's not true, brother. If you look at the majority, because I think I heard the sister Issa Queen say one time, going back to the African cultures, was women. That's not true. It's absolutely not true. The majority of cultures in the ancient times was all passed through the seed of the man. You very find it very seldom to where the woman pushes the culture and pushes the bloodline. A woman don't have seed. She's the earth. She carries it. She carries it.
Seeds, dog.
The man has to put the seed in her, brother.
Bro, they call them eggs, but she's born with seeds too, bro. Each one of those seeds
eggs aren't seeds.
has a chance.
You breaking up, OTK?
Call them eggs, bro.
You breaking up, brother, a little bit. Yeah, you breaking up a little bit. Egg is definitely not considered seed. It's definitely not. That's really incorrect. But me saying that, like, I'm not putting because I know a lot of real keep putting one. I ain't putting a woman down because she need us and we need her. I'm just saying the man carries the seed, the man carries the bloodline. If you notice, anytime throughout antiquity when there's war, they don't go in and kill women. They go in and they kill young men, boys, and grown men because the man carries the seed. You really don't hear about a wartime when they go in a village or go into a town and they slaughter women. You really don't hear about it. Now, they take them hostage. Hold on.
Religious stuff.
Hold on 1 second, y'all.
Yeah, that's a religious
1 second,
war that
bro.
started.
Hold on, I gotta hit this really fast. Hold on 1 second, OTK. I gotta hit this really fast because a real Spartan warrior just came up in the building. I mean, somebody who do this for real. Somebody who put his life on the line. And when we say he don't play out in these streets, the founder of the Soul Tribe, brother Azrael Bey.
Yeah. What's up, twin?
What it do, brother Az?
Real good to see you, man.
Peace and love, babe. Peace and love, babe. Peace and love.
You muted, brother Az. You muted, brother Az.
You're muted.
All right, y'all can hear me now, right?
Yes,
yeah.
Sir.
Okay, well, first and foremost, you already know how I get down. For everybody that don't know me, peace, love, peace, and happiness. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not a man of many words, man. I'm an Aquarius. I don't really believe in doing too much talking. This is the era of the Aquarius. If you're not, in my opinion, if you're not evolving, then you shouldn't be talking. If you haven't mastered your spiritual journey, then you're still learning how to be human. You know what I mean? And which is cool because we got to master being human. All the black issue and shit like that is totally irrelevant if you don't know who the fuck you are on the inside. You know what I mean? So, you know how I get down. I don't play around. I don't play around with nobody. Everybody's time is on a time limit. So, I'm here, man. Fuck it. I'm on duty right now. So you know how I am on duty. I'm on these streets, man. I do this shit for real, bro. I got my shit on me right now. So, I'm all the way up. I'm just gonna listen to see what y'all got going on, what y'all talking about, and I'm gonna sit back and observe and report like I always do. But love, peace, and power to you, my brother, like always. So I love.
AZ.
Yeah. AZ.
You know what? I stand corrected. Hold on. I made an error. And like I said,
salute, babe.
I'm a man of integrity. The brother was right. So I was wrong. I stand corrected. Traditional Cherokee culture is matrilineal. In history, matriarchal. When kinship, property, and social status descends through the mother's line. So I stand corrected. I was wrong. Women held significant power, acting as heads of the household, owning land and influence political decisions, often as a woman counsel guided. Upon marriage, men would move into the household of their wife and her family. I was wrong. I stand corrected.
Right, bro. Hey, Omar, that's all I was trying to tell you. Over here, that's how we roll. That patriotic society came in with the book. You understand what I'm saying? We was a matriotic society over here. Yeah, you had chiefs. You had multiple chiefs of different chieftains, depending on how big your chieftain was. But yet they still went to the great mother or the mother to talk. The mother depicts who was the next chief too. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Hey, it's different cultures. We you know what I mean? I'm glad that y'all brothers willing to adhere to that because we in a different time and a different age right now. And we like Brother Humble said, we can learn more things now because of the internet and because of the web and all of these things now. So we definitely can learn more, man. So it's all about being open-minded. That's why I got the name Open to Knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wanted to, and that's why you and you know, no, to me, no man should, you know, is always open to correction, and that's why I humble myself, like my brother humble. I humble myself, admit that I'm wrong, and you know, shut my mouth, and I stand corrected. You was absolutely right.
I done did that shit too, dog.
I got adjusted. I got adjusted on that topic.
Thank you for enlightening me. Facts.
That was a good one, brother. Shalom,
Yeah,
man. You adjusted, brother.
That was beautiful, guys.
I got a bill coming up Tuesday over here with A1. I got a bill with A1 and Humble over here Tuesday. You know what I mean about the American Indian slave trade, because I want to put this on people's minds so they can go and research about the American Indian slave trade that happened way before any African or anything like that was thought of. So, and that means a lot, because we when we study this American Indian slave trade, dog, and we see the time period, that also reduces this number from 300,000 significantly down, dog. And then we see how they was dying off within a year and a half, dog. Man, we got to do a lot of more research. That's all I say. That's all I say.
And it's amazing delving more into the Native American background, the different tribes and stuff. You know, my great grandmother passed away some years ago, of course. But my grandmother, before she died, she looked at me and she said, "I wish I'd gotten down to the registry to sign you guys up, because you guys would have been benefiting off of her bloodline, you know, through the, I guess, the tribes. You know, they have a different system of money and land and ownership of, you know, what's theirs. But it's through the bloodline. If you're not registered and your great-great-grandmother and great-great-grandfathers are not registered, you're the other seeds of those kids, you know, that come from that cannot own it or can't even take, you know, credit for it. So if you know anybody that's great-grandmother is still alive, get on that registry. Get on there now.
Most definitely.
Hey, so cool. Glad you said that. So also in my bill, I'm gonna bring out these Indians and these $5 Indians who was trying to get on these roads.
You gotta fix your mic a little bit, OTK.
About right now. My bad, bro. What happened, bro?
No, I was saying fix your mic a little bit. You like doing a little glitchy.
All right now, mic check.
Yeah, you good right now.
Yeah. Hey, so Queen, I want to build with you with that, because we know that they got real pretendians and they got real $5 Indians who was paying to get on these Dawes rolls and stuff like this to inherit land and stuff like that. And also during the Civil War, we can see that they was bringing people from Africa and Afghanistan over here to America and classifying them as something else so they can get allotment lands. It's called what was the name of it? Not petition lands. It's another name for a goddess, and I want you to look it up. It's like they was granting these people who was fighting with the North, that any immigrant that they came, because they was losing against the Confederates down south. They was losing against us. So they had to start bringing a bunch of other people over here to help them. And they gave them petition lands and stuff like that, and like land grants and stuff like that. So, man, it's a big research, man. That's why I said, man, we don't know until we just keep doing the research. But all we can do is just find a better understanding of everything. That's
right.
Yeah. And so much goes along with that, you know how these different tribes and generations. And this is what's so crazy about it, is that the ones that look a little bit more Caucasianoid, Indians, they have, you know, they get money like $3,000 a month just for free from the tribes. And they're so whitewashed all the way down through their generations that they're almost like what I think you can know. You have to be like a tenth blood or 8% blood of that tribe to be able to get it. And these people have been just literally, you know, in my opinion, robbing the system, you know, because they've gotten, you know, the tribes, they say that there's people that just use the money and don't do anything with it. There's so many, you know, there's so much going on. I don't want to say too much, you know, of the bad things, but if you know about the tribes system and what they do with that government money or that money they get from the tribes, they don't do anything with it. They get drunk. They you know, they sit around. They don't do anything with that money. And the people that should be getting it, you know, is not getting it, because there's a lot of information that wasn't passed down to generations until somebody said something. So I found out about it through my grandmother on her dying bed, you know. So this is one of those things where at that point she couldn't go down there to register or to make sure that our great grandmother's name was there, you know. So having to depend on her sisters, you know, which some of them are still alive, but they're up in age too, you know. So I'm telling my mom, I'm like, please, just for some type of way, try to get down there, because this could benefit our generations, especially if it's our great grandmother's money, you know, and it's passed down through her, the tribe that she, you know, that she was from. But, you know, she owned a lot of land in Kosciuszko, and, you know, that plantation is extremely huge, you know, orchards and ponds and catfish ponds, all kind of stuff. That man, you know, the man that she had all those kids by, my great grandfather, you know, he was a Dutchman, you know, and yeah, so I guess in hindsight, we still got that. But when I think about the money that could have benefited my kids and my mother and, you know, and her children, yeah, we're missing out on a lot of that because of the information that we're really not deeply going into. That's right there. And that's a lot of us that don't know that there's Native American background in your family, that you should be benefiting from that, those governments, that money, that's your money.
Right. Definitely. More so, an issue that I take with the Native American thing we deal with, or even if we want to call them Native American or indigenous, is sometimes we spend so much focus on the motherland that we forget about the indigenous people of this land before anybody else. They act like that when these people came here, they came here to a desolate land. Like, wasn't nobody here? People wasn't intelligent. People wasn't doing their own little thing over here. And that right there is what get me, because oftentimes, I explain to people like, look, I cling to both. My maternal side, Blackfoot Native American, and my paternal side, you know, I go straight to Kemet. You know, people are like, why you Kemet? You don't know no tribes now. Well, because my maternal side, I always explain to people, my maternal side is because I know what my grandmother was, right? There's no guessing there. But when we go to the motherland, right, and we know, when we look at the greatness of the motherland, right, we know what stick out. You see what I'm saying? We know the Unks and the Nataru. And then for me personally, that's the thing that Egyptologists get wrong about the motherland a lot, right? They'll get a lot of cultures right, but then they'll get Kemet wrong on purpose, because it is just for this narrative of Eurocentrism in history. We can't let the world know melanated people built this. So we'll put a Caucasoid feature on them, and we'll tell them that these people was not sub-Saharan. These people was tropical, and they came from the north, and these people could not have been melanated. And that right there is why I have to cling so tightly to both, to let you know the realness that happened over here in Kemet, but also keep alive the lineage that's from this land as well. You know, I think too many people struggle between the two. Oh, if I'm Native American, I can't be African. If I'm African, I can't be Native American. It's like, no, don't you're a mixing pot of all of it.
So I think the confusion is, number one, they both the same people. I think that, you know, there's people, they try to make a difference, and as long as we focus on the division of these anthropologists and these Eurocentric thinkers, we're always going to be confused. When we talk about Native Americans, we are talking about Africans. When we talk about Africans, we are talking about Native Americans. They both are the same people. When you go study the Aztec pyramids and the Mayans, and you go to Kemet, they both are the same pyramids. They both had the sun disk. They both have hieroglyphics. They both really are the same people. And the thing is, we as original people, no matter what tribe we call ourselves, it could be Hebrew Israelite, it could be Moors, it could be Ghanas, it could be Malis, it could be whatever we call ourselves, we all personify the same root. We are the same exact people, but we have various ways of thinking, various schools of thoughts. And that's what makes us unique and beautiful as a people. But we all are from the original tribe. We came with this earth when it was first founded, when there was no 12 tribes. We go beyond the 12 tribes. We go beyond pre-Adamites. So when you start talking that history, then you're talking going probing deep into something that surpasses whatever has been written and recorded. So we all are representation of that same people.
Indeed. I like that.
I respect that, Furquan. If I may, because I mean I must say it is so tribe hour, and I really didn't hear the brother Chocolate, Michael CB, cook that much, but Sister Cherokee gave her background. I just kind of want to know a little bit more if Sister Cherokee can go first, and then Chocolate, and then Michael CB. Kind of like, what made y'all want to take an interest to the community, and just kind of go out there and put that information out. And Sister Cherokee already kind of gave me her background, with the indigenous people. But then if once Sister Cherokee is done, if Chocolate can go, and then Michael CB, because those brothers been muted out. They've been waiting patiently, and I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to know more. So I just wanted to say that right quick.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I'm a preacher's kid. First of all, I was raised in church, so I've been doing social work and community work as young as I can remember. As a young girl in a gospel group, singing behind my mother while she ministered, in the churches that she was ordained to minister in. So I've been, just probably a part of that community as I grew in my spirituality, of course. But, and I met, all these beautiful people along the way. I met Furquan about 15, 20 years ago, and he and I connected then. The rest of them, we all met on Bigo. And, it's just a part of us, it's a part of what we do. It's almost like you can't help but help. Does that make sense? When you're a helper, you just can't help but help, and it just goes along with what I do and what I am and who God ordained me to be, is just a helper. If I can assist you with something, if I can give you a word of advice or give you a word of wisdom or encourage you, I think I'm one of the biggest cheerleaders that Soul Tribe has. So that's my job, is to cheerlead my tribe on to victory. you know, so that's my designated job. But go ahead, you guys, y'all got it.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I'm sorry because like I said, I'm not familiar with y'all. I'm not sure if brother Furquan is a part of Soul Tribe. I really want the members of the Soul Tribe, the people that's on the panel to give a little bit about, their background, history, and what made them take an interest. But like I said, I'm just really not familiar.
So on the panel, right? So everybody on the panel you see, from Furquan to brother Azrael to Mama Queen to Cream to Chocolate, they all Soul Tribe.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna mute out because, like I said, like I'm really intrigued. I could tell that the members of Soul Tribe, they're well spoken, articulate, smart, educated. So I just want to know more because, like I said, like I'm just intrigued, and I'm always just willing to learn and learn about people. So if all the Soul Tribe members can kind of do that, and I'll mute out and I just listen gracefully.
Awesome.
Well, we could start. Mama Queen gave us her little spill. We can go next to Brother Chocolate. Go ahead, Brother Chocolate.
All right. Peace, love, light, and abundance to everybody on the panel and everybody who's listening, everybody who might tap in later. I go by Chocolate Goody. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. This whole thing for me is it's more than just about telling my story, but it's my way of giving back to whoever's ears and eyes might drop on a conversation or get to run into me right now. I made this pact where everybody in my life right now is supposed to win because of the things that I've been through and the person that I am as being a Life Path 9. I have the ability and I have learned a lot, and I've been gifted with a mindset and a purpose that most people don't subscribe to. I call myself an uncommon man because in a whole lot of ways I am. And my whole thing is to try to tear down the walls of whether it be judgment, of whether it be division in the churches, or whether it be within, especially our people in general. You know what I mean? I do understand it in all ways, even those white folks are still part of us in their own way. They came from a black seed ultimately. But I really feel that when it comes to our people right now, our ability to build each other up, to stick together, to grow together. I mean, the 400 years is over for us right now, and our ability to tear down the walls of division. And one of the biggest things for me right now is going to be to try to push for those of us who might be different in religious ways to overcome that part of the division that we got to go through, because right now we need to grow. Right now we need to build. Right now we need to evolve in a way that we have not known here in America, because like y'all said, they've taken a whole lot away from our history. So me being able to give back through the ways that I'm gifted to do, with me being a Life Path 9, I have the ability to pull from a lot, from inside of me, from what I hear from other people, and make it make sense. And I know some might call it a gift, or a talent, whatever, but it's just me. And I have and will continue to push not only myself, but those who are around me to do better, to be better, whether it be from loving each other or accepting each other, But like Azrael said earlier, if you're not growing, and I said it too, you staying stuck, and we have to be and push for everybody to grow and be better. When it comes to me being a part of the Soul Tribe and everything and being on BGO, I put a whole lot of work and time into trying to see where I fit into the whole picture. And one night I looked up and people kept telling me about BGO, and I chimed into a conversation with AZ and Queen, and I know Humble was there, I think Chosen and Unique, and the whole panel was there, and they were talking in a way that at the time I was feeling isolated. People didn't want to talk about common law, or making other people's money work. You know what I mean? OPM and things like that. I mean, just the conversation that I tuned into with them that night, it just set a tone. And then I came back the next night and the next night and the next night. Next thing you know, I'm up on the panel and I'm like, wait, what is happening here? But what was really happening was something that started way before then, when I had already started feeling the pull to do more, to make what I'm saying actually happen. You know what I mean? Putting in the work. And I didn't know I was becoming a content creator. I just was trying to figure out how to, you know what I'm saying, make this stuff work on YouTube and things like that. And the next thing you know, I'm learning different programs and things like that, because like Humble, I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to tap in and I'm going to get it done. And me being able to run into them was life-changing for me, because at that point I was at my wit's end in certain ways. I was about to lose everything that I had, and I met them 2 days before I did. You hear me? Those first 2 days that I met the Soul Tribe, after that I lost my house. You know what I mean? Just my whole life changed. I was starting into a new, what I call a transition period. And I know that a lot of people don't get to be born again in life. That transition period to some would translate as being born again. There's some of us out here who have several opportunities to do that, which makes us stronger and better and wiser in certain kind of ways. And I was able to recognize that. And them being my family, they saw me do that. They saw me lose everything, and they saw me come back. And I'm just looking forward to
and
more.
that's a fact. I can vouch for that. Me and his brother, I telling y'all, man, 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's crazy because it's 8 his time, but I think it's 6 my time. 6 o'clock in the morning, man. Every morning we listen to Les Brown. You can overcome. We listen to ET. You owe yourself. We listen to Bob Prime, and it's not we just listening and okay, bro, we listening to that. No, we listening and we're applying. The next day this was what we worked on, and this is how we get, man. We ain't being stagnant no more. We ain't holding ourselves back. And my man started to make his own motivational videos. He say, listen, I'm into it, so I might as well start doing it, my man. And that's something, brother Chocolate, I want to get into here shortly. If you could pull up a little bit of a little bit of content that you started creating throughout your journey with the Soul Tribe, but while I'm gonna give you some time to do that, but while you're doing that, I want to go to Brother Cream, and then after Cream, we're gonna go to Farquan. Go ahead, Brother Cream. Are you there, brother? Michael? He be back. I promise you, he'll be back. He probably doing something in the background. Hey Farquan, how you meeting Mama Queen, and then Mama Queen introduced you to the Soul Tribe, and then you fitting into the Soul Tribe. How did that experience go for you?
Well, first of all, brother, I met Queen way back in probably 2006 when we first met. We've been knowing each other that long. When she met me, I was always involved with some of the activities that she involved herself with, especially doing things in the community. Me being a member of the Nation of Islam, I'm one of the student ministers, especially in Temple number 3 in Milwaukee, where I'm at. So it wasn't hard for me to adapt to this beautiful platform that she brought me into with the Soul Tribe. So I fit right in, and the experience been really good because all the good topics, all the videos that's been shared, a lot of these are in tune to what I believe in anyway. For I believe in the frequency, the energy, the spiritual path that we all take. I love our history. So I love getting into discussions that's going to benefit our minds and advance us to the next level. So trust me, this been very refreshing, given the fact that I spent really half my life behind bars. So when I was a young man, I didn't have a father in my life. I had a mother that was addicted to crack and alcohol, and I learned all my lessons from hustlers and players and pimps. So unfortunately, I followed that path and end up in the prison system and spent over 23 years behind bars. But when I was there, I was able to study everything from Moorish science to Hebrew Israelite literature to Islamic Sunni to history in many different segments, Native American history. I basically read everything, brother, and end up getting my PhD in transpersonal counseling and my doctorate in divinity. So I wrote books. I have books that I wrote that's on Amazon. And that's my passion, is to help our people elevate and to put them on a better footage when it comes to advancing in this world. And one of the things that I would like to do is help diminish a lot of the division among our people, because we fight too much among each other when we all are really from the same tribe originally, because we the first people on the planet. So we could talk about different tribes all day, but ultimately we are the first people. Nobody can deny that. So that's my mission and that's my platform.
Right, most definitely, most definitely. And before I get in there, I wanna see if Brother Az and I'm gonna ask Brother Az, we know the story, the ones of us who know the story, but if you can sum it up for us, Brother Az, what got you to create the Soul Tribe, and what benefit do you think that we've brought to our communities? Hold on, not yet, A1.
Oh, and real quick, Safu X, it says your devices are not connected. It won't let me add you to the stage. Can you try to connect your microphone? And I see you down there, but it won't let me add you up. Back to you though, Humble.
All right. Go ahead, Brother Az.
All right. Well, I said it already. I'm an Aquarius. And just a little bit about me. My past life, I took a vow of poverty. I was a monk. I've been here about 7 times already. I'm a reincarnated soul. I didn't come down here to follow rules this time. And I didn't come down here to dim my light this time. Last time I was a Pisces. I mastered spirituality. And I've done very, very well. This go around in this particular body, I was brought here to liberate those people that have a voice and have not had an opportunity to be able to speak. That point in case, this is the era of the Aquarius. And so I created a space because I could and because it was the right thing to do for humanity. And in this space, other souls came through. I never judged these souls because these souls are eternal, just like me. And so in this space, they were able to speak their voice and unfurl, unbothered, not judged, as they were. And so therefore, information went forth to remind us of how far we have fallen due to outside distractions. And one cannot fully know themselves unless you really actually uncover the what you are and really actually understand the who you are was created by outside sources. So this basically brought the Soul Tribe, because that's what I came here to do, is to create those that think just like me. I hate poverty. I hate slavery. I hate control. I hate those people that are tyrants that hide behind the trickle-down effect of broken down systems and politics. I'm well-versed in science. I'm well-versed in history. I know exactly what's going on, but this time I didn't come to do it by myself. I come to build a team. And this team that you see, the manifestation of that are my brothers and my sisters that are on this panel today, who still yet to this day are still growing and still unfurling and still becoming better and better and better and better. The joy that I get from it is people being able to be who they are. And that's my payment. And to be here on this particular platform and to see other people collect in to identify, whether it's Black, whether it's African American. You know, I've studied as the Moors. I did the Hebrew stuff. I done did so much stuff now. I just don't wear no goddamn titles no more. And so, point in case, that's just what I am right now. This is who I am. This is what the Soul Tribe is about. It's a voice, something that the so-called Negro has forgotten in the land of his captivity, within the dark chambers of his mind, and also the so-called Black woman. You know what I'm saying? Who has forgotten about her grace and her power and her ability to do wonderful things and beautiful things. That's it. See how simple that is? I summed it all up. Everything else is footwork and evolution. That's all I had to say. That's all I can say. Everything is evolution. We live in it right now. Right now. So I'm gonna mute. That's all I had to say. Unless there's any questions for me.
Most definitely.
Did Michael come back?
No, hold on. Hey,
did CB come back?
Michael, hey, Crane, you back? No, he probably see sometimes he be on the panel just for the support. He be here. He might come back though a little later. We'll keep checking it on. But
that was beautiful. That was beautiful, man.
That was so you don't want to hear my turn?
My bad. That was beautiful. Of course, brother. I'm finna mute out. Go ahead, brother. I'm like I said, man. Y'all intriguing and it's interesting. I'm gonna mute out. Go ahead, brother.
I am the progenitor of what you heard. You see what I'm saying? Man, I'm all of that. If all of that could make a baby, this is what you get, right? You get someone who strive for order in every space they go into, someone that strives for balance in every battle, someone who's not afraid to stand on the front line, someone who don't cower away from confrontation, someone who don't let the populace or the they sayers or the naysayers control what he say or what he think or his narrative of the world. Someone who stand up on their own. And like my parents here, I'm also an Aquarius, you know. So just like my brother Ed said, man, this is the age of the Aquarius. We here to take over. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? And for me, being with the Soul Tribe, it was just a life experience for me because it was just real. A lot of stuff you come across, definitely on social media, definitely when you're from where we're from, the platform of Beagle, a lot of this stuff is not real, right? A lot of people try to use you for money, and when I mean use you for money, I really mean use you for money, right? They put you on their team, put your parent and family, don't teach you nothing about the app, and say all you got to do is go live for 2 hours out the day. You go live for 2 hours out the day for 3 months, and you feel like, oh, well, I ain't get no people coming through, ain't nobody supporting me, you know, and they keeping the secrets from you while whole time you out here struggling, you know. But then when I came around my family and when I seen what we was doing, like initially we was all a part of different families, but we sat together so much that it was like, well, shoot, we all might as well make foo-foos and create our own family, you know. And so brother, as being a leader that he is, you know, we set the ground rules, you know, because at first, you know, brother, as being Aquarius, he is. He like, I don't know if I want to do that. I just like coming on, doing what I do, and escaping the same. I don't want all that responsibility. He like, come on, ass, you gotta do it, man. I don't know if I want. Then finally, he was like, all right, you know what, I do it. And that was literally, I could say, the best decision I've ever decided to sign up for. And I was talking earlier on a panel when I was doing my call out joint with JJ, right? And I was explaining that being tested, right? Being tried, being put in uncomfortable situations, being watched. You see what I'm saying? I've been in those situations. I've handled the fire. I know what it's like when the pressure is on. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like when somebody say, hey, this what you got, go run with that. You know? So the Soul Tribe, man, this is the product of love. This is the product of harmony. This is the product of just relying on one another, trust. You see what I'm saying? This ain't no religious group. We ain't coming to tell people believe in this God, that God. They get we coming to say, hey, come get some of this good loving over here. Hey, you living the life of depression, man. Come over here so we can heal you with all this good loving. You living a life of anguish and don't nobody like you and ain't nobody paying attention and don't nobody want to hear you and you can't do this and you can't do. Definitely for our men, we need that. The world tell us we can't so much. Where do we turn to for them to say, yeah, you better? I ain't even know you can, but you better because you know you can do it. That's what this is for, right? And again, just how we was talking Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, the metaverse. I literally, for anybody out there that got an Oculus, right? Go on Horizon Worlds and literally type in Soul Tribe Community. Me and a brother Cream right here literally built a Soul Tribe environment in the metaverse, right? And I don't really be in there much, but it's still operational, right? The brother Cream right here is bad. Let me tell you how bad this man is. Our first month on the Oculus, right? Now, for everybody who don't know, I'm very intelligent when it comes to this logical stuff, right? But the technical stuff with man, listen, my man Cream showed me a lot, man. And he took this Oculus that we had for probably 2 months and he learned how to build, he learned how to script, he learned how to do all these amazing things. And I'm still sitting here like, yo, how you doing this? Like every day here come, yo, come, check out what I learned how to do. I'm like, how did you learn how to do this, man? It was 4 hours ago since we've been in here. And you didn't learn how to teleport us to the whole other side of the world. So, man, I remember the days where we in the metaverse. Me and his brother is going around the world and we checking out. What we did actually one day, we spent 1 week in bingo, right? And we won all the mansions. And it was that moment that we decided, we like, yo, we got all these big houses and mansions and stuff in here. What we going to do with them? Like, so Clay, like, I'm going to fix them up. I'm like, yeah, but what else we going to do? He was like, well, we could, do the Soul Tribe thing. Mama Queen and Chocolate Swole to be coming in. So we could have a Soul Tribe environment for them when they come in here. Let's do it. So we start putting stuff together, man. And there's one thing I could say is with any of these brothers and my Mama Queen on the panel, there's never been something that we had in mind that we couldn't do, no matter how outlandish it was. Right? There's never been something where we had a goal and say, oh, we're going to do this. That's probably too hard. Mama Queen, I still remember the first day Mama Queen was like, yeah, yo, we should check out TikTok. And we like, okay. And we sat there, and the next way we was on TikTok, and we shut off on it. There's never been an obstacle where we faced and was just like, all right, we can't do this. Nah, we going to get this done. We going to figure out a way. If we ain't got there yet, we going to do something to get this done. And so that's what make us a real family is the fact that we can really depend on one another, and that's, hey, I land my plane with that, brother Omar. I land my plane with that. Real fast before we get what? Oh, go ahead, Mama Queen.
They always say, to the Soul Tribe, put everything out there. Think about, I'm a seer in the way of seeing down the line. Your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, whatever you can put online for them to see who you were as a person, do that. Mm-hmm. Because that shows them a way to understand you, even if they never got a chance to meet you. Because that's one thing that, our generation won't have as much. Our great-grandmothers and grandfathers and, some of our parents, that are not, internet savvy like that. They don't get online. So there's not much to see their personality. So I implore you to put things out there, for the next generations, because, they want to know how Granddad, Omar was. Let me go and see him battle on YouTube and see how he talked back in the day, because I never got to meet him. you know, or if that's the case. But I'm just saying, these are things that you have to look down the line and see, you know, that you can leave for your next generations. You know, you never know. I tend to believe that we'll be the next television, and our children's children will be able to access our lives through some type of database or a historian type of deal, to where, you know, in the future, I see that, you know, that you'll be able to access, you know, Queen Cherokee's catalog online, or Omar or Furquan, or, you know, Humble. You'll be able to access Humble Mystics online presence. So put things out there that you're proud of, put things out there that you want your grandchildren and your children's children to see and understand, that, you know, they're going to see how you as a person were and what you gave to, you know, the world, and through your voice, through your likeness and everything, because you never know where that could lead you down the line, you know, because again, I believe that that's going to be a record that would be able to be accessed. I believe people all over the world would be able to access your record if they wanted to. So leave some good stuff out there.
Speaking of really fast, y'all. Speaking of legacies and children, Mama Queen, tell us a little bit about, you know, your legacy and, you know, your children, TikTok, and, you know, where we can find, you know, your people at, Mama Queen.
Well, I mean, I have my daughter. I would have to put it in the comments, but my children are online. I have some grandchildren that are actually singers and doing very well, you know, making money actually, so off of a social media presence, and they're doing very well with that. You know, nephews that are in the I got a nephew that actually was just hired through Yahoo as one of their engineers, and will be doing, you know, some beautiful hacking for Yahoo, and that's what his father did, and his father did, you know. So that a family of hackers. I don't know if that's something to be proud of, but hey, he got a job doing it. So okay, you know. So TikTok, Instagram, you know, my grandkids, Symphony J and Mother J. You know, I don't know if my sons are necessarily on social media like that, but I do believe that my son Jordan is on Twitch, and he's in the metaverse with Humble and Michael as well. So using the Oculus and the metaverse in that regards. But I'm on social media as well under Queen Cherokee, as well as Lyrical Therapist Movement. I use that platform to nurture and promote healthy lyrics and music. I'm so sick and tired of these lyrics coming through the system of the ears of our children, and people not realizing that what goes in is going to come out. What goes in is going to come out. So this is why we have children cussing and twerking and doing everything else right now. So I'm using my platform to promote healthy lyrics. So it's called Lyrical Therapist Movement on TikTok, Facebook, as well as Instagram. And I'm always under Queen Cherokee.
Most definitely. Thank you for that, Mama Queen. We about to get Brother Chocolate about to pop his thing up here. Go ahead, Brother Chocolate. Get it in, brother. Is he here? Chocolate?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry, y'all. Apologize, my mouse died there. But anyway, I know you wanted me to show some of the stuff. So this is my page, y'all. Let me see if I can I get to it? Let me see how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. There we go. There we go. All right, so yeah. So as you can see here, this is some of the live broadcasts that I did. Looks like you can see it was a year ago. what had happened was I had to make a choice with my life when it comes into me trying to reposition myself. And I actually had started hitting a really good stride on Bigo, on TikTok, on YouTube and things like that. But I made the choice to get the bag. And so I started working, and my company started growing, and it took away the ability for me to do my morning shows. So, and I just wasn't able to adapt to doing it at night. So I just made a choice to go all in when it came into finishing off the last part of that transition period that I was going through, and grounding myself that much more. And that's what I've been able to do. You know what I mean? I have come back from losing everything to, I still have growing to do. I still have things I want to achieve, but I'm on my feet. And I'm proud and happy again to have the Soul Tribe, be a part of that. And so now what I'm gonna do is I guess I'm gonna go ahead and play some of the videos that are just a couple of the intros or something like that, or some of the videos that we did here at the Soul Tribe. I'll play some of the short ones.
Hey, Chocolate, hey, you mind if I say something real quick before you play the video?
Sure.
Just really quick. Hey, I got respect for Soul Tribe. I listened directly to, what everybody had to say. You know what I'm saying? I could tell y'all got a lot of love, for one another. Y'all got a good camaraderie. And I can tell that, y'all are a good outfit. And the thing is, on how each and one of y'all spoke, y'all compliment each other too. And I think y'all got a good vibe going, So I just wanted to give, the soul vibe and everybody who spoke their flowers. But go ahead, brother. I just wanted to say that, man. Y'all got my respect.
Hey, family. This is your boy, Chocolate Goody. I just wanted to take a moment and say this journey, this movement, is not just about me. It's about us. Together, we're building something incredible. A community of action takers, dreamers, and doers. But here's the truth. None of this happens without you. Every gift, every follow, every share, it's more than just a gesture. It's fuel for the vision. When you drop a gift, when you tap that follow button, you're not just supporting me, you're helping to spread positivity and empowerment and motivation to even more people. Your support helps us create more shows, bring more powerful guests, and helps me build a platform where everybody can shine. And if you support Positive Vibes, and you like what we're doing over here in the Soul Tribe family, growing and building a community of action takers and believers, then share the room, tap that screen, don't be mean, drop a beam, and do me a big favor and support my YouTube channel. Remember, together we are stronger. So educate yourself, ask questions, and verify everything. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me today. Let's go, let's grow.
Yeah, I like that video. I almost want to just stop right there because I said a whole lot, not just about me, but about the family also. And I'm gonna play one of these lyrical therapy intros back before Queen grew into what she's doing now. We used to actually meet up like she talked about earlier and sit on each other's panels. We all had a different night and we played the music that we liked. And we just had opportunities to really dig into what that music meant. This is one of the intro videos.
Let me know what you want to do. If you want to build, I'm Bobby. If not, then kick it in the lobby. I've got a lot to do. I'ma watch what you gonna do. If you want to build, I'm Bobby. If not, then Tucker Deuce. You blowing up the vibe. And I don't got time. It's all about the vibe. That's all that I've got time for. I've got to do.
This was my joint.
You ain't with the vibe. Don't waste my time.
Yeah, fire, bro. Man, listen, man. You can't tell my man Chocolate nothing when he was making out. Man, listen, this man Chocolate right here, man. He was doing his thing back then. You hear me?
Sorry about that, y'all.
You good, brother Chop.
Yeah. I'm not sharing anymore, am I? I don't think.
No. You are good. You are good. Yeah. But yeah, man, this man Chocolate right here, man. Whatever we needed as far as, you know, on the technical side, on the graphic side, you know, a lot of us on Beagle, we was always accustomed to making flyers. That's something that we all could do. But when it came to actually putting, you know, commercials together, just putting together presentations, you know, instead of, you know, little snippet of flyers, things of that nature, he made a creative way of when we go live for those down times, ain't nobody saying nothing, we can always just play something from the Soul Tribe, you know, whether it's a commercial, whether it's like I was saying, the blue thing in the background, the blue Soul Tribe logo in the background. He just gave us so many creative ways to just put our logo out there, and also bring content along with it, you know. So I appreciate the brother for that, most definitely, man.
Gratitude.
A1, are you here, A1?
Yep.
What you thinking, brother? What you thinking, man? You've been quiet lately.
Oh, I'm over here listening.
Listen, look, one thing about my family, Brody, is we inclusive, my man. So one thing about us is if you know, I consider you family, we consider you family. You see what I'm saying? And you're most definitely somebody who, you know, I'm introducing to the Soul Tribe. You know, this my family, bro. These people right here, and I'm not talking about just people that I do content with, or this people I just came. Nah, this is my family right here. You feel me? And so, with that being said, man, anything you need, my guy, you see what I'm saying? We locked in.
We locked in. I hope to have them back as soon as possible, man.
Oh yeah. So what you want to do now? They want what you want. I think isn't the stage already opened up?
Yeah, I'll drop the link in the chat if anybody else wants to come up. Anybody has any questions or comments? Just turn it into an open panel though. You know, talk about anything. I want to get Furquan back on here for a personal interview about Islam.
Oh, yes, sir.
If you can.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we're gonna have to set that up. I'm gonna get your info from Humble for sure.
Oh yeah,
and Cherokee as well. I like to interview each of you personally, one-on-one.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Did CB ever come back?
Yeah, let me see. Hey, Cream, you there, Michael? Nope, he never came back.
Oh, okay. Because that's the only brother we didn't hear from to get his input.
Yeah,
you know, because
he do amazing.
I know you.
Yeah, I was about to say I wasn't going to go too deep into everything, but he also do amazing work in the field. Hey, he's really professional in a lot of things, man. And definitely when it comes to this Beagle stuff, man, he was on top of it.
Yeah, like how you were saying, Humble, he was one of the brothers that kind of like, sorry if I misquote, something about he helped you start it up, or he started it up, or something like that. So shout out to that brother, even though he didn't talk, you know. Yeah. I was still intrigued to get his insight too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I'm sure the brother will be back. I'm sure he'll be back though.
Yeah, be busy right now because he's he's actually he's somebody that has grown since we have been a family, and now he's like teaching several different dance classes and things like that out there in LA. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's his own business and things like that, but I mean, you know, he went through some hard times at a point, you know what I mean? So if he's listening or not, you know, I mean, that's somebody else that I'm extremely proud of. And
most
with the ability to see him grow.
Yeah.
That's good words for your brother, Chocolate. That's good words for your brother.
And just to say, you know, the brother also, as that you see on the panel, him and Mama Queen, they are the ones that passed the torch to me. You see what I'm saying? They are the ones that entrusted me, you know, with the family to keep the legacy going, to keep everything alive. And hey, I'm doing what hey, listen, I'm representing it well. Hopefully I'm representing it well.
You well deserving of it, Humble. You're a good brother. You well deserving of it, brother.
Absolutely. I'm glad you are doing what you're doing, Humble. And just seeing, and I'm anxious to see, you know, I mean, where it takes you, because I know that we still going and we still growing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Do you remember, Chuck? You know what? We was talking about prophecy earlier, right? And see, this is back when me and Chocolate was on the WhatsApp daggone there every day. Chocolate, do you remember when I used to come and tell you, bro, that when we opened up in new lanes, your little commercial, your little snippets was gonna be everywhere, bro. This is what I'm talking about, bro. So I got a question. I don't know. I think Omar was on the last panel. Am I a prophet, Omar?
Hey, you spoke it into existence.
Listen, I was saying this when it was just me and this brother, bro. I promise you I was, man.
I wouldn't necessarily say you're a prophet, but I would say that you taking an educated guess based upon your brothers, your sisters, the members in the Soul Tribe, you know, off of their how can I say, like off of their you know them, you know what I'm saying? Like you know their habits, because like you said, they pass you the torch. So the thing is, you know their habits, you know what I'm saying? So I would say it's more taking a educated guess based upon their mannerism, because those are your brothers and sisters, and you know them well. That's your family. Shalom.
I want to take it a little bit deeper than that, because I firmly believe that we are our own creators in a way. You know what I mean? I don't know how everybody else taps into it, but you know, we are part of Source, God, whatever you call, and He gave us the ability to think things and speak things into existence. And when we put actions behind it, that just makes the universe react to whatever it is that we say, whatever it is that we thinking and believing. That's not something that's just something that the Soul Tribe does. That's something that each and every one of us have the ability to do. We become what we think about the most, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And when you take those thoughts and you put them on paper and you start speaking them, the universe has no choice but to respond. I'll let my
at all. And that's what I like. This is why, a brother Chocolate, we had a panel yesterday. The Elder King Knowledge Allah came, or not Knowledge Allah came. And man, when I say this brother, this elder's presentation, he is rightfully worthy of the title of an elder. You know, when I say his presentation of his books was amazing, brother. He had plans from financial literacy to safety, family escape plans, contingency plans. He had listen, how to structure your family again with broken home. And he was dealing with so much in his packages, brother, that man, I was like, yo, this is what we do in the Soul Tribe. Like, this is literally what we do. And I think Brother Omar was there, and I hope, Brother Omar, you get a glimpse of what I was saying yesterday when I was saying this is what we do in the Soul Tribe. Like, everything Elder King Allah was talking about, we was just showing snippets of how we do this throughout our daily basis when we was on Bigo. But it's all about boots on the ground helping out people. You see what I'm saying? And it's this right here is what it's about. And this is why I rock with Brother A1 so heavy, man, because that's what he about, man. Behind the scenes with this brother, man. Hey, listen, this brother right here is planning to make some major moves. And whoever's on the ship is on the ship. If you ain't on the ship when these moves come, I don't know what to tell you. You feel me? So but that's why I rock with this brother A1. He's a stand-up guy, never switched up. You know what I'm saying? His attitude has always been consistent. He's very understanding, and he's one of those men that really understand how to have a conversation. He don't get into the fluff of things. He really directed to the point. Hey, yo, this is what we doing. All right, bam. All right, let's get it. You see what I'm saying? He's really hands off. He like, listen, if this is what you want to do, go ahead and do this. You see what I'm saying? Now I know myself. I'm a 747. You see what I'm saying? So you tell me go do something, I'm pushing the pedal. I'm going to go do it. You see what I'm saying? So this is a pleasurable brother to work with. You know what I'm saying? And also, I cannot give my brother A1, my elder A1, enough flowers, man, because just the way he led by example. You see what I'm saying? It was just plenty of panels. I just sat back because listen, right now, he like he said, he on duty, he doing what he do. But his panels, bro, when I say his panels are bust you upside the head type of panels. Right? He don't sweet talk you. He don't like that's why this brother resonates so well, right? Because I'm the one that leads you to the water. I ain't never say the water was gonna be sweet. You see what I'm saying? So I'm the one that leads you to the water. You see what I'm saying? And there he goes sitting here. He like, oh well, yeah, you think you ready? All right, walk out. You see what I'm saying? So man, he come direct. He understands that, a lot of people, I've heard this throughout the past week, brother A1 on the panels, man. Spiritual war. Nobody understands. And let me reclassify that. Nobody understands spiritual war like this brother as. Nobody relates that message like this brother as. You see what I'm saying? And he tell you all the time, hey, listen, don't listen to me. You go out here and you live this experience, family. And then you come back and tell me what you got. And if you got something different than what I'm saying, hey, listen, all the praise to you. But hey, at least we can have a conversation because you live the experience. So it's man, and just being in his presence and just being able to sit back and just listen and take in the information and then applying the information. You see what I'm saying? I always talk about, I was just going to have a presentation about knowledge being applied. I have a saying, knowledge not applied is foolishness. Knowledge applied equals wisdom. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother Az. Go ahead, brother.
Man, I'm just soaking it up, man. Man, where do I start, man? It's like, wow, you got my heart moving quick. I'm on duty, man. I wear armor all the time. But I guess maybe it's the excitement of the realness of what's going on, man, because, I see you as a brother, you know what I mean? And I never judged you, my friend. And I've left you alone and I allowed you to just be who you are, just to see where you're at right now. It's like, that's really what you are. You know what I mean? All the who and what people think about you and all you say these wonderful things and you do this, those are all good things to say. And I'm not saying that doesn't mean anything. But like you said, this is spiritual warfare, and I recognize you, my friend, because I've been here many times before, and it's not a matter of bragging or boasting. It's just that some of us souls we're really aware and we're a little tired. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that tired is not because that we're looking for death. I mean, it's inevitable in these bodies, but it's the union. That's why I'm an Aquarius, and I'm glad that I don't judge. And I know I'm being a little bit long-winded, but it's really necessary to say this because there's not a lot of time to really allow all the information we need to get out. And just to see you grow, see all these other good brothers out here, Brother Chocolate, you know what I'm saying? Just unfurling, this brother just, I mean, I've seen calamity hit him and then he's still there. I've seen it hit this brother who you all call humble, and life humbled him. And he's still there. I've seen what life does, and everybody that I have not been and seen when life came and hit you, and you're still here. Salute to you guys too as well, because you all wouldn't be here under the sound of my voice if you all wasn't strong enough. So yeah, I always tell people, don't take my word for it. I have to. I'm trying to be the best human that I could possibly be. I don't need help spiritually, and I don't say that out of arrogance. I just say that's just too much confusion. Either you know what you are and what your purpose is, or either you're just doing the best you can. Either. There's no really judgment whether someone wants to justify it by some type of religious system. As an Aquarius, I don't. My judgment is not blocked by that, because if the system is working, then it should work to allow people to be free. So if people can't be free in what they're doing or what they're saying because someone wants to come with another verse, that means there's emit. That means there's adversity. It does not matter how politely you put it when you're dealing with religion, because this is where I don't play, because you're dealing with someone's soul. And so you're having a conversation that we call debates, but these debates, they linger because they open up the soul. And if the soul doesn't do what it needs to do, yes, absolutely. Karma is, our energy is expedited. It's coming your way. It was better that you thought a fool than to stand in the way of wise men talking. And now you start to wear it, and now it's expedited. It was coming anyway, but now it's expedited. Simply because you was in the wrong place to be real. And what I'm saying is just what we all do on a regular day basis. I'm just glad I'm able to hear you say that, man. There's so much information to get out to people, but this information is not to sit down on. You got to live this. You got to really be about that life for real, real, real. I mean, because you're judging you. What would it be if we have all these conversations and then we fail ourselves? So if we really want to be free, I really want to all be free. If we're going to make money, then let it be about money. We want to talk about liberation, let's talk about liberation. We want to talk about making money, let's talk about making money. We want to talk about some more shit, let's talk about some more shit. I mean, it doesn't matter, man. But let's just be solid in one thing before we get into all the specs and stuff of who's what and where's what. It's that to love each other, ourselves first. Because on the battlefield, that's what means more to me, because that's where my training is. All that fluff talk shit like that, that's good, man. But man, who's gonna keep you alive? Do you have skills? You have necessary skills. You have combat skills, like real fucking goddamn skills. What are you gonna do to dress your wound when you get hit in the leg? How long does it take for that blood to leak out? You got 1 minute? You got 30 minutes? Siri's not gonna be there for you. Who's gonna battle dress you? If I get hit, are you trained to get me out of combat? Can you get me out of my plate carrier if I get hit right now? Do you know how to detach that? Because I need to get that shit off of me. That type shit. Nigga, keep me alive. And I'll keep you alive. And until we get to that particular point, we're just sharing information, and it's all good. Because we are who we are. It's a revolution. And Humble, you're doing a good job out here, which I always knew that you would. All these topics are topics to prick you and to train you to step out of the subconscious of your awareness and be the version of yourself that you know you're gonna die in. Not something that you're evolving in, that you're ready to give your life for. Because that's the only time you're real, is when you're tested. Because your friends ain't gonna be there. And I know I'm going off, but I'm sitting down, but there's a retrograde going on too. and I don't really speak too much. But it's a war going out here with Mercury and Venus, so communication is being crossed. So it's time to really actually stand down with any major plans. You don't have to believe it to get hit with the energy. Just no more than the Christians don't have to believe that there's a God outside of themselves when they should really actually find it in themselves. And then that's the argument right there. Just even mention about it now, if someone's got a problem. But everybody on this, man. My little,
Can you go more into the spiritual war, As?
Oh, where we go? Where we want to go?
Well, I mean, it's different levels of the spiritual war. I just wanted to see what you meant when you were referencing it.
Oh man, referencing it. Oh yeah, I'm talking about actually boots on the ground. I mean, soul in your body training, like some practical shit. Now, spiritual realm, other stuff like that, like when I'm thinking about in my shaman times, and I'm actually dealing in that dark world shit like that, and that's a whole new different program. That's all me. A lot of other stuff that's written about the occult and how shit really actually works. It works a little bit different on this side. And people have to really you have to be a practitioner, and I'm a practitioner. That's why I really don't talk too much.
That's what I was talking about, the spiritual side more.
Yeah, you got that side, but then you got a dark world too, brother. I know you feel it. I mean, it's motherfucking goddamn real, and they get the shit done for real. It don't take much. It don't take much. Anybody can get touched. JFK got hit. Everybody can get touched, man. How do you think they doing that shit? Anybody can get touched, man. But that's a whole new different thing right there. You know what I mean? Because we don't play around with that. I don't. Because I respect people. For me to get mad, man, you must have fucked up my Jupiter Leo, because I got a lot of love for you. And my pride ain't that strong to love you, man. So you got me pissed off. And I'm standing back because I'm an Aquarius and I go to war as an Aquarius. So I'm trying to love you in spite of your needs, nigga. But then we can't get past that. Now you want to go to some war shit, man. You know, I'll open up this, I'll divulge this. When it gets really critical and people are not playing, I don't play, because these words that we speak are very real. They hit. Bruce Lee kept talking about it over and over again. He says the body doesn't know any different. That energy is coming. It doesn't come in a physical form. It never did. It hit you already the moment you felt it. And if you haven't fully processed that, you got resentment towards me, you don't want to forgive me, nigga, you can't take that bullet out because you already get contaminated with what I gave you. You gotta literally forgive me. That's how the spirit world works. You got resentment, man. You can't send something back because the earthly mother doesn't do dumb shit. She don't play those games. And yes, she is fucking real. And you reap what you sow very quickly, especially when you deal with the ones she loves the most, because we don't go out here and do no dumb shit. Some of us have literally divine protection. We don't brag about it. But yeah, when it comes to that dark shit, yeah, you damn straight I'm gonna know that. Because I know from the light side, yeah, that's all good, man. That's all well. We all have that, man. We all have that. I just don't play around with that. That's my name is Azrael for a reason. It has a meaning behind it. It's not just there for show. And there's others like me. They're just quiet. We're not hiding. We never have hidden from anybody. We're Aquarius. We don't do shit like that. But we're here. So yes, my brother, that type of dark shit, yeah, it's very real.
Yes. Definitely real.
You know, Brother Ash used to tell us on his panels, you know, if you're not ready to face, you know, the dangers of what's going outside, you shouldn't be outside.
Indeed.
Listen, if you ain't ready to face, if you can't sit and face yourself in the mirror, if you don't like what you see in the mirror, then you shouldn't even go outside, because you ain't done working on yourself yet.
Man. Ooh, shit, man. You got North Carolina coming out of me with that, man. You know, I'm a country boy, man, and yo, man. You know, as a little boy, I remember, man, that I could bleed, but I knew that other people bleed too.
Mm-hmm.
See, I got caught in the martial arts, man. I learned a lot of shit, man. Like I said, I'm an old soul, so I'm old soul, but I learned to have fun, man. Because out here, like, let's go around humble. All my brothers up on this panel, man. It's like, man, we could come out now.
Oh yeah.
Like, we could come out and play now. We don't have to hide now. We're like here right now. It doesn't matter what you are. You have a right to be here right now. This is my whole mission.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with control. It has nothing to do with control at all. And this is why it's going to work. And this is why no one can stop me. If I'm trying to bring you into captivity, and I'm trying to set up something and try to throw this Aquarius stuff out here, but then I'm behind controlling some other narrative, it only beguiles me.
Mm-hmm.
Only beguiles me. Yes, it'll work. I'll get mines, but you know what? But then again, I don't live that way. I don't want to live that way, and I don't live that way. And it doesn't take much to be a gentleman. Mm-hmm. And see, this is what makes it scary, because I'm so fucking real. I mean exactly what the fuck I say. And I follow through with what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what magic is about, especially us who have children. I got girls, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a granddad. I ain't playing out here.
Mm.
So I don't play around. I plan on being here for a little bit. And I got the war to back me out. I got everything on my arsenal, but I'm wise, man. And this is why I keep telling you, humble. You know, wise people, we can't get upset and angry, man. You can't get upset about shit you know. You got to control. It don't mean that we're soft. It means that we're smart. We see you, nigga. We see you, man. We see you. We always see you. We see ourselves. We think about how we think, why we're thinking about why we thought, and why that thought still bothers us and doesn't resonate with us. And if it's not, let's exercise our right to let things go. And then see if it comes back again. And if it comes back again, is it a thought that I really had, that I really thought was me? Or is it really something that is about me and I accept it and I just don't like it? And it still keeps popping up in conversations. See, I think like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, if I think like this and you're talking to me, you better be ready to have a real conversation.
There you
go. Because in conversations, it doesn't stick into a box because you want it to. Just like you have to get out, you got to go pay your bills. You know, your bills don't get paid because you feel like you don't want to go and make some money.
Right.
Man, I'm gonna mute my mic, man. Shit, I'm gonna sit my ass down, man.
Listen,
and, I'm put my pause.
This is why on any day, man, people say, yo, listen, who you get your discipline from? I bring you this man right here. You see what I'm saying? With that militant mindset, right? When y'all see me in here, right? Y'all see Ill Doctor talk about that's that humble aggression, right? And I'm getting it in. Like, oh, how you control that like that? This man right here. You see what I'm saying? And hey, it's this is why it goes back to what I was saying earlier. This is why, and it's funny that Omar said what he said earlier too, like, oh, humble. I see why you are the way you are up here. Like you come from an amazing stock of people. But even when brother A1, I had that little mini thing with JJ, right? And it's just, yo, we play. That's how we play, bro. And I'm talking intellectually, right? I'm talking intellectual toughness. I'm talking how to stay in control of the moment. Right. See, that's more than a lot of people on here, they come and they debate and they just read things off the screen and they just think, oh, well, I got my better information, so I'm gonna win. They not tapped in like I am. They don't know how to control the moment. They don't know, like, bro, listen. And again, I know these things because of the stock of people I come from, the people I observe, right? Watching brothers like as see on here, we got a what A1 an 11-hour cutoff, right? It shuts off after 11 hours, I think.
It just won't post to the page if it goes past like 11 and a half or something. Like
over there on ass, man. Think about, man. See, this is him in short bursts, man. 14 hours. going in with information. It ain't just talking either. He pull out sources on you, and I don't mean Google sources. I don't mean AI sources. I mean books and pamphlets and notes. Notes he done wrote, big ass notes too. That this is how. And listen, these are not even notes that he just come up one day like, yeah, man, I was writing about this yesterday. And no, he'd be like, this is something I was writing when I was 19, and I was like, yo, you was writing this stuff at 19 years old. He's like, yeah, man, like, man, we was going through this and it's interesting. It's coming back now. Like, and these are lecture classes. At first, the first 15 minutes, you see 8 people in the room, 15 people in the room, they all up on the panel. Man, by hour 14, man, you got me, Chocolate, Mama Queen, and we just sitting there, we chilling. And it all, for me, is all relevant in life, because then I wake up and I say, okay, what did I get from last night's build? Keep your head on the swivel. You see what I'm saying? You about to go outside to the store. Are you clean? Like, are you spiritually clean? Do you gotta go in the bathroom? You gotta check yourself out in the mirror. All right, you gotta make sure that you ready. Like, these are the things that I was waking up doing. You see what I'm saying? Because I understood, bro. Stuff ain't sweet out here, bro. And you, just because you doing what you think you doing, you think you safe out here. No, that ain't how life work. Bullets ain't got no name, right? Robbers ain't got no mentality of who they gonna snatch up at any given moment. It's only a slip of a slither of focus. That's all you got. Literally. And that's not even, and see, the reason it's so relevant is because that's not even if you just go outside, right? It's a blimp, bro. The next moment is not promised. And when you really sit and you understand that, and then you gotta self-reflect with that every day. Dang, bro, what I'm gonna do? How I'm gonna get this done? How we gonna work together with this? You see what I'm saying? And then you got brothers like Chocolate. You sound, it's so crazy how one day I just pop on a panel and Chocolate was, bro, I can't remember who you was listening to first, Chocolate. And I hopped on the panel and I was like, yo, you listen to him? I'll listen to him too. I think, it was either Les Brown or it was Arc. It was one of them. And I'm like,
I think he was Les Brown, yeah.
Les Brown. I'm like, I listen to him too, man. I was listening to him as a blah, blah, blah. And we start putting each other on the motivational speeches, and that literally became our thing. And it wasn't just, oh, well, we listen to motivate. It was, again, he was helping me. He made studying this fun again, because it was literally somebody that we was both benefiting from. Every day was a new adventure. Every day we was looking forward to new goals, and this is not going to. And I listen, from little things. I remember the first time where Chocolate tried to stream from TikTok to, I think it was TikTok to Bigo or TikTok to YouTube. It's one or the other, and everything was working fine with the pre-setup. He was like, "Yeah, Humble, it should work. Everything's working fine. The pre-setup." The moment everything went live, everything started going haywire. He was like, I don't know. Can you hear me over here? Well, I can hear you over here, but I can't hear you over there. All right, well, come over here and see if you can hear me. All right, I can't hear you over here, but when I switch back over, I can. We went through all of these things. And Chocolate stopped and was like, all right, we'll just try it tomorrow. Hey, look, we about to go stream on Bigo, and then I try to mess with it tomorrow, and I just try tomorrow. He didn't get mad. He didn't flip out. It was just like, yo, all right, we got as good as we gonna get it today. Let's stop. Yeah. And it's, man, listen, man. This is what I mean by just reliving. Not even reliving, but letting people know, right? Because people on YouTube, they ask me these questions, right? Yo, what's your foundation, Humble? What's your belief system, Humble? What book you stand on, Humble? And a lot of times I can't answer them because I'm like, bro, do you know a guy by the name of Chocolate Goody? And if you don't know him, then you will never know my work ethic. You would never know what giving 210% feel like. You will never know what not quitting until everybody say quit feel like, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like I don't stand on no books, or I don't stand on one ideology. Nah. I'm a collection of individual information. And I'm transmuting. Yo, King Allah said something the other day. I was like, yeah, well, you know, he was like, and it's funny because we say this. Hey, brother Chocolate, what I say? Knowledge. What I say? I said, wisdom is transmuted knowledge. What I say? I said, knowledge applied equals wisdom, right? The guy said that on a panel last night. But then I was like, yeah, man, because he was like, yeah, but you guess what? He said you got a step before knowledge. You got information. And I was like, He was like, right. He said, because if you don't understand the information, then you can't apply. Like, it's not knowledge until you understand it. And I was like, oh. And that goes back down because I understand, like, just like Brother Omar was saying, I understand my brothers and my sisters, and you know, my mom Queen, and just all their relations. I understand it, and I take everything that they've just implanted and everything they've taught me, and I'm like, yo, this time is gonna be better than last time. You see what I'm saying? It's like, A1, is you there, brother?
Yeah.
All right. When you called me and everything went down and about everything, we ain't gonna get into it. But my decision that I made that led me up into this moment, right? The decision I made is based off of because of what any one of these brothers would have done. See, for me, it's about morals and principles. It's not like, and so that's why, to go back to what I was saying earlier about what people ask me, like, what do you stand on, brother? Like, I stand on love. I stand on respect, right? I stand on not being a coward, standing up for what you believe in. You see what I'm saying? I stand on being literate, being able to convey your message. These are the things I stand on. Because I don't care how angry you are. I don't care how much stuff you mess up. If you can't convey your message to anybody, you're useless. You see what I'm saying? So we have to in these academic spaces, we have to really put ourselves and really look at ourselves when we bringing out this information. Yes, it's fun. Just like, you know, my elder ass was just saying. You know, yeah, you know, at one point this get funded out, but when you actually coming out here, you really think about it, bro. Think about the information you putting out, because now you gotta be held accountable for what other people go and say. And I ain't saying you gotta put everything out that everybody agree with and things of that nature, but like, people say some ridiculous stuff, man. And I'm not going to let Chief X live that down, bro. I'm going to never let Chief X live down the fact that he called Egyptians white people, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, you got to be aware of stuff. Like, I don't even care if you believed it on the inside. You want to come in front of 200 people and say that? You see what I'm saying? So, it's like, man, this is what we do, brother. This is what we do, brother A1. Hey, listen, before I say anything else, I want to say this to you, brother A1. I am pleased that you allow me to bring my Soul Tribe family to the Titan Debate League and just allow us to have a Soul Tribe hour, bro. This was fun and I really enjoyed it. I really got to kick it with a lot of, you know, the family that haven't been over on Beagle for a while. And this was really fun, Brody. This was really fun.
We got to do this every week, bro.
He said every week.
Yeah, do this every week.
Hey, yo, I don't know how much I don't know how much trouble you think I went through to get these people here.
Let's go. Real quick, let me go to a word from our sponsors.
Man, Chocolate be in a different city every night.
Let's go.
Power. Who has it? Who controls it? And who does the Bible give it to? Welcome to the Coliseum of Arguments presented by Titans Debate League. This is not for the weak-minded. This is not for the easily offended. This is a battle for truth. In one corner, it's a queen, bold, unapologetic, challenging the system, arguing that the Bible strips power from women. In the opposing corner, Gideon Yisrael, firm, disciplined, standing on scripture, defending the Bible as order, structure, and divine design. The question, does the Bible take power from women? Belief versus resistance, tradition versus challenge, scripture versus interpretation. No dodging, no soft takes, just raw intellectual combat. Who stands strong and who gets exposed? Step into the arena and witness it live. Coliseum of Arguments. Only the brave speak here. Are you not entertained?
Back to you, gentlemen.
Most definitely, we here with it. You just want to say something, Brother Chocolate?
No, I was just giving a shout out to A1 for allowing you to do what you do and allowing us to come up on here and introduce ourselves and just be the soul tribe that we are. You know what I mean? I just and I appreciate and I am inspired by what you're doing, A1, because the platform that you're creating that's allowing people to debate over these different, whether it be historical topics or what they do, it's all relevant in its own way. You know what I mean? It's all helping each one of those individuals, each one of the people who find it interesting to tap in to help them grow in a certain way, man. So I appreciate what you're doing, man.
And Brother Chocolate, it's not even debates. You see what I'm saying? Again, we have whole things like this, you know what I'm saying, where we just bring people up and we, let the people see, what you do, who you are, what you bring to the community. We hold interviews, we have game nights. It's just certain things that we're just bringing to the people to keep them entertained and to keep them engaged. And, they could be out watching anything. They could be out listening to anything, But the fact that they're here willing to, learn, willing to grow, willing to expand, hey, this was what it's all about.
Yes. I see you got the chess pieces in your background.
Well, yeah, he played chess too, A1.
Chess Lodge. We got the chess
nice,
lodge. We do.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Chocolate. He nice, Chocolate. I ain't gonna lie.
We
Chocolate.
talk
He
politics
nice.
Or we talk whatever, But we'll have a discussion and pass the board around. So yeah, come to our
Chocolate nice too though, A1. Chocolate nice too though.
I need some competition, man.
Hold on. Real fast, A1. My bad. I know I'm getting a little excited, but listen to this, A1. Chocolate. Do you remember when we was playing chess in the metaverse?
Yeah.
Yo, it was crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. You gotta do it again.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, but I like chess. Chess is like it's I used to say that if you understood the Bible, you understood chess, you had a hand up in life. You know what I mean? But I'm a little deeper than that now. But I still look at chess as being one of life's metaphors. When it comes into each game that you play, whether you win or whether you lose, if you have the ability to learn from the mistakes that you made along the way, to be able to tap in and hone in on the things that made you win that game, it just gives you the ability to maneuver in life in a way that a whole lot of people don't get to do. You know what I mean? They say it's a thinking man's game. And it's just, what I've been doing since even before I met the Soul Tribe is trying to apply life to each one of those pieces and think strategically and tactically And when it comes into just that whole chess metaphor, it's so many things. Like, I truly believe that I can look at any game and relate life to it. At whatever point of the game when I walked up to it, I can look at that position on the board and bring out so many things that are required for a person to be able to make that next move their best move. And own the fact that if you lost a piece, if you lost that game, it's your fault. You can't blame it on God. You can't blame it on the devil. You know what I mean? And that's just one of those things that I truly believe that religion cripples people on, because it gives them a way out from owning their own choices, from claiming their own victories. You know what I mean? We are gods in our own selves, and we are gods in our own way. You know what I mean? Some people can break it down in all kind of different ways, but the abilities that we have through the Creator, whether it be through our belief systems or whether you might not believe certain things or not, the reality is us being human beings, we are co-creators in this life experience. And our ability to own our shit is detrimental to our growth, to our becoming, because we're not just human beings, we're humans becoming. And I just think that chess is one of those things that, for me, when things get tight, when I feel sometimes stuck, or sometimes when I just need to motivate myself to think on a different level, I don't care whether I win or I lose, I need to get a game in with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to make my wheels start turning in a different way. You know what I mean? I'm going to think about what the consequences of this decision is going to be. You know what I mean? This could happen, this could happen, and this could happen. Well, now these are all different pieces now. Well, so let's say if I focus on what happens on this, what's that going to bring to me? What's going to be the fallout? You know what I mean? Or how's that going to benefit me or not? So chess, to me, I think is just one of those things that I do wish more people had the mindset to tap into, because a lot of people run from it. A lot of people don't want to think like that, and that makes them vulnerable in so many ways.
Yeah.
I'll let my plan.
Oh yeah,
hey, that was deep right there. That was deep right there. Yeah, I expect to see you at the next chess lodge, then, brother.
Listen, man, both of you brothers, I would love to see both of you brothers play, because y'all was nice when I played y'all. I had to come back and I was like, yo, AY, you was such and such. He was like, yeah, man, that's an old opener I used to play back in the day. I was like, back in the, what you mean, back?
Yeah, the opening I used.
What you mean back in the day? Like, what?
Oh, yeah. Yes,
I love it though, bro. I love the challenge. Like, it's this A1 is this that keep me getting up in the morning, bro. You see what I'm saying? That's why I went, like, even when we was behind the scenes, bro, we was talking about the JJ joint. I was like, yo, this is what, not taking it personal, but this is what keeps me going. Like, I love the competitiveness. I love if there's not a challenge to get over, it make everything like, what am I doing this for? You see what I'm saying? Like, man, listen. It's that competitive nature that I got for it, man. And not just for like just intellect in general, not even just about being right or anything of that nature, but when I don't know, it's just like, bro, like, think about how Michael Jordan thought about the game of basketball. Like, that's how I think about debate. Now conversations are different, because we're lax, we're just talking, we're going, but in a sport of debate, it's like, it's a different feeling when you get to lock in and you controlling the person by what they're saying and you're forcing the person to say it. Man, listen, that's a whole different type, man. Listen. It's a different level, man. That's what I'm gonna show Kazad. I'm gonna show Kazad, bro. It's levels to this. He don't know yet. He used to hopping on and I'm gonna out energy this person. Nah, bro. That ain't gonna work in this debate. What up? What up? Y'all tired? Yeah.
Nah, brother. I'm still here. It's Omar. I'm still here. I just didn't want to speak too much because it ain't my time to shine. It's it's
Oh,
y'all
we
time to
get it,
shine.
man. We go get the panel up, man.
Yeah,
We
it's time for Soul Tribe to shine. So that's why I was just
we did
listening,
our shine.
quiet
We
in the
showed
back.
y'all how we shine.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
love on each other.
I was letting y'all brothers shine, man. It ain't Omar time. It's Soul Tribe time. So I was letting y'all brothers cook, and what I'm saying. I was just listening.
Man. We love on each other. We get that real information. It ain't church with us, man. You ain't gotta sit through 2, 3, 4 hours of nonsense. Listen, we let you know plain and clear. We got your back. Keep doing what you're doing. Everything is all good. Keep your head on the swivel. You see what I'm saying? You're not alone. Keep your bootstraps up. It is what it is. We had our time. We had our little meeting. You see, everybody started to drop off. Good night, family.
Facts.
We here with it now.
Yeah, I didn't know if the CB
I think Cream is asleep. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I want to drop him down, but I don't want to drop him down because I don't want him to wake up.
Yeah, he might pop up.
But hey, Cream, are you there?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he probably. Yeah, I'm gonna drop him down. I put him in the back just in case if he come up, he'll cam up.
Okay, I see.
But
I didn't know if because I see it's still Brother Chocolate up here. I didn't know if you and him wanted to cook some more, or if y'all wanted to maybe segue like into a little side topic to make it a little interesting.
You up here, man. Listen,
let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Go ahead, Omar.
Nah, it's on. You know what? Because I've dialogued and got into some good topics. I think it's love to say if brother Chocolate want to set the if Brother Chocolate want to set the tone and kind of segue maybe into like another topic, and we can all build to give our opinion, agree to disagree, but still, we brothers always keep it respectful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I think we should let the guest Brother Chocolate from the Soul Tribe, depending on what that brother want to segue into, if that brother can give some insight.
I don't know. I mean, my first thought was together we rise, divided we fall. What are y'all thoughts in regards to the current state right now with our people in America right now and abroad? When it comes to the possibilities, or what do you see? Where do you see our people going?
I see. So for me, well, right now, I think our people are making a big shift to at least cohesiveness. At least being some type of cohesiveness. I think we're leading to self-government, right? Having our own, where we're leading towards that. Because at some point we as a whole are going to get tired of people telling us what we can and can't do, right? I mean, and people say like, oh, well, you still got a decision of what store to shop at or what right? But I see a lot open in Chinatown for probably 80,000, 280. When I want to buy it, I can't buy it because I'm not of that ethnicity. I see a nice house in Little Italy, right? I want to move my grandmother in there, but I can't move my grandmother in there, right? Because we not the right ethnicity. You see what I'm saying? So it's like once we realize that we can build something other than projects and we can have it ran by ourselves, then we'll be on the same footing, or will be in the footing to say, yo, we don't need this. Like, we're civilized enough to say we know how to govern ourselves, and we know how to govern our children to grow up to be civilized, adults, quote unquote civilized, whatever they want that to be, but that's where I think we hit it to.
Facts, humble. I pretty much agree with that too. You know what I'm saying? But like Chocolate said, as far as our people, where do you see us at? We need to have our own infrastructure to where we don't have to depend on an outside source for anything. So the thing is, if I want to get a home loan, I should be able to go to a brother for it, a financial institution, our own infrastructure, like our own society, to where we can police our own selves, And to kind of piggyback off of what Humble said, he said, what about Chinatown? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fit in there. What about Little Italy? Oh, I might like a house up over there. I can't move my grandmother up in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, there's a Jewish community in New York. Don't you know that these people, they have their own hospital?
Mm.
They don't go to no outside source hospital. They go to their own hospital. Don't you know that these people in New York, they don't even call 911 when they got an issue. They have the Jewish police come rectify the situation based upon their beliefs. They don't call 911. And guess what? 911, when they go up in that area, they be like, well, y'all got it. We leaving.
Right.
That's something we need. We need more of our own institutions. We need our own towns. We need our own cities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need our own infrastructure. We need our own food sources to where we ain't got to outsource. We ain't got to worry about GMO and all this other garbage that they put in the food to know that, look, I'm going to my brother, buying for my brother because he loves me and I love him, and I know he ain't gonna feed me no garbage or give me some garbage. You know what I'm saying? We need to, establish our own systems, our own school systems, our own colleges. Right. You know what I'm saying? But we need something for us, by us.
Mm-hmm.
That way we know that I'm dealing with somebody to where he got my best interest and I got his best interest.
Yeah.
I'll land there.
Mm-hmm. I was watching what was that what's his name? The black guy who got the I can't even say, but he had a guest on who has some new a new clothing line, Black Activated or something like that. And they just really had a really good discussion in regards to one of the things that we as a people have against our own people. How we will not pay as much as we'll pay for Gucci or Louis Vuitton, for our own products, made by our people. And just by you talking, Brother Omar, it just made me think about the lack of support among our people, because right now, for I don't know, as long as I can think, since I've been tapped in onto this growth and stuff that I've been doing on YouTube, I have found pockets of people where I've learned things like the benefit of having a 700 score and having your family around you or friends around you who we all helped each other, or they were helped to also get that same 700 score, because they understood that if we all sat at the table together with that LLC, that's going to bring that LLC $100,000 for each one of us that allow us to achieve certain goals. And I mean, there's black banks out there now. There's black people building communities that we're talking about right now in places like Atlanta. We're buying land and things like that, and it's very, very important that we understand the power of us. We spend trillions of dollars. We are the market here in this country. But if we could come together, we'd be unstoppable. And I think, like Queen said in the chat here, she said, if black people realize that it's this part in history where we win, where we win, like she said, not fearing the breakdown. Not depending on the social norms and everything that we've succumbed to, because at this point, we're all waking up and understanding that most of it was lies. Right. From, like I was talking about earlier about the false history that they've taught, just all the way to right now, them trying to take away the little history that they already changed because it was too strong for our people. To understand that we created most of this, that we were here before Christopher Columbus got here, we were the Indians. They even stole that away from us. The fact that we had already built and they were just so good at colonizing and taking away. By the time they got here in America, they were experts at stealing people's remembrance of their own heritage, of who they were, of what they had established right there on the ground that they were on, and making it theirs. They did that here in this country. And right now, as much as they're trying to roll things back and change things and take away the history and change history and all that type of stuff, we're in the age of information and technology. And if we could just grow and think in some kind of ways together, finding your people, your tribe, within this tribe, I think we could really grow. I think that, we're at a point where it's inevitable. Like I said, the 400 years is over. It's time for us as a people to win. I just wonder, are we really going to be part of that? Are we going to be able to pave the way for this next generation to make that happen? It's going to be people like us.
Right.
That set that foundation.
That's a fact. That's most definitely a fact. And it's just,
great point, brother.
For me, it's like just the point that the elder made last night, right? We have to, in the same point that you two brothers just made, we have to understand that our people items, if we want to go to Walmart, this is how the elder put it. If we're going to go to Walmart and spend $15, $16 on some lotion or some hair products or something like that, then why are we going to complain when we see the brother or the sister, right, selling 9 times out of 10 better chemicals, right, if you even could call them that, because 9 times out of 10 ain't natural, but they want to sell it for cheap. Sometimes you go in the store, it's $22, $23, $22. You go to the brother or sister on the street, it's $10, $15. You complain about the $10, $15, but don't complain about the $23. Don't make sense. You see what I'm saying? So it's about also having a conversation on how we do economics, right? He had that conversation last night too, and he talked about the fact that who to market to, right? McDonald's, they market to young families. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking about the impression of the experience that McDonald's give these young families. They got the playhouse. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they got Ronald McDonald might walk through the Ronald. It's the experience and the family experience that you have to keep people coming back to McDonald's. And it's like, can we have those experiences in our communities, right? To keep our people wanting to integrate with one another. Can we, how they say, oh, well, the North Side beefing with the South Side, but can we have enough experiences to integrate the North Side and the South Side so far as that they can say, all right, well, what we got going on between us, it don't even matter. What we was doing was stupid. See, that's the thing. And this is what I don't, me and Brother Chocolate have had conversations about this. This is the issue I have with the Charleston White dude. Is the fact that he believed the best way to our people and the best way for our people to get seen is to act in the manner that they want us to act, right? If we act like we act now, right here, some melanated men with some sense, right? They don't want to push that. But then you give them a down south Negro who ain't got no sense and ready to slap a person mama, that catch everybody's attention. You see what I'm saying? And then it's like, for me, that gets me to question, bro, who was you talking to for you to always a character, man? This is how I act to get people attention. Who told you you had to act like this to get people attention? Right? Why wasn't you working with somebody that was like, hey, we got enough clout that even if you be just like you are, we can get people attention. You see what I'm saying? That just be my thing. Like our melanated men in the community, our black men in the community, they don't need no more Charleston Whites, right? They need fathers. They need leaders. They need grown men that's going to come in the community and give them a hug and say, bro, I feel your pain. I know what you've been through for the last 15 years of your life. You see what I'm saying? I know what it feel like for you to go hungry by yourself. I know what these experiences feel like. We need people to stop pointing a finger and start actually understanding circumstances. And it is sad to say that, but that's where it gotta be. You see what I'm saying? Because we right now in a society that we know money don't fix all situations. Because if money fixed all situations, then the people in our community with all the money would have easily just gave us all the money and all our situations be fixed. But it's a reason, right? It's a reason people like Oprah go build schools in Africa, right? And not in America. Right. And this is crazy. I remember in these reports, I was in school and I was like, wait a minute. These people are really building schools over in another country or another continent.
Yeah.
And then in the report is, oh, our children here are not grateful. We spoiled. We don't even take advantage of the education we got. Oh. So the upper class got the same outlook on our society as the white people. You see what I'm saying? If I can make it, they can make it. No, it don't work that way, right? You had to do a lot of stuff to make it the way you at. A lot of us still got our dignity intact. We ain't willing to do that. But if you want to be a help, when you do make it, right, don't just give out cards on the stage and while the cameras are looking. Don't just, do all the good stuff when the cameras are rolling, right? When ain't no cameras on, come back to the hood, do what you're supposed to do. Spend quality time. People think, oh, well, I come back on the hood on Thanksgiving to give out turkeys. Okay. How many houses do you own in the hood? How many of your family members that still live in the hood, right? You got all this money that still live in the hood and you didn't even have enough sense to say, okay, if I at least buy this right here, right, my family, this part of my family be comfortable. But you know how they think? They don't appreciate what I do for them. Why do that? What they gonna do? Waste it? They ain't got the mindset. Because these people at the upper echelons understand that it's a mindset they get to where they gotta get to. And this is where the brothers like Brother Chocolate Goody, myself, right? We see that's the gatekeeping right there, right? You'll hear self-help coaches, you'll hear athletes, you'll hear musicians, they'll all talk about the strive it takes to get to the top, right? But they'll never give you the keys. And the keys are simple. Mindset. That's all. Somebody took these people and instilled in their mind that you're going to be the greatest whatever it is. Whether it's basketball player, football player, ballerina, whatever it is, somewhere in their mind it got ingrained that they were going to be the best at it. And they didn't let anything stop them from achieving that. There's a brother by the name of Eric Thomas. I mentioned him a couple times. But he talks about this in the most profound way that resonates with us. Right? And whether you're religious or not religious, you know, they call him the hip-hop preacher. But when we're talking about life, man, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. But that doesn't stop the hurt from when grandma passed away. That doesn't stop the hurt from when you lose everything and you're stuck in a state of confusion and you just don't know which way to go. You know? And so having these reminders that as long as you got breath in your body, you got one more chance to do one more thing to change your life forever. As long as you got one more breath in your body, right? And then, of course, we go down the line, right? What is greatness? Greatness is when you're willing to do things that other people are not willing to do, right? And that's how we got here on Bigo. I mean, that's how we got here on YouTube, right? And I said I'll tell that story. I'll go more detail into that story of how we got here on YouTube. But I was simply willing to do things the people I was sitting around were afraid to do. Right? It's like jumping into the black hole. So let's see what happens. Right? And somebody jumped in the black hole first, and we saw what happened. And we like, that didn't go too well. But it's like, you know, well, hey, y'all got the armor. Y'all built for this. Y'all go jump in the hole. Let's see what happens. And we strapped up. Right?
That's a good point. That's a good point, Humble. That's a real good point. And to kind of piggyback off of what you said, because like I said, I was muted out earlier. I was listening to all your posse, all what they said. Brother Chocolate said something that was important. He said I was down on my last, lost my home. I was on my last leg. You know what? A brother like Chocolate, he had two options. He could have crumbled to his situation. What did Brother Chocolate do? You know what? Even though I lost this, I lost that. I'm not going to crumble. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pick myself up. I'm going to build myself back up. I'm going to surround my people with good people like you, Cherokee, the other brothers that was on his panel. Surround himself around good people that don't break you down, but good people that got your back and build you up. And now look what the Brother Chocolate is doing. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like he picked himself up. He doing his thing. That's resilience. That's resilience. You know what? That take a lot of heart. That take a lot of fight. Because you know what? I've known a lot of people that fell and they ain't been able to pick themselves back up. Brother Chocolate did that. So, you know, I just want to let you know, I was listening. I was listening in detail. So I just want to piggyback off of that, what you said, Humble. You know, salute to the Brother Chocolate, man.
We
salute, brother.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah. Resilience is definitely a good word for it. You know what I mean? But like I said, when I came to Bigo, it was on purpose. I wanted people to see what was about to happen to me. I wanted people to see how I reacted to it. And in the midst of it, you know, I was gifted with the ability to use talents and gifts that I hadn't been able to do for a very, very long time when it comes into my artistic thing, to the point where I found a whole new purpose in something, a whole new point of growth, of being. And, one of the, somebody in the comments who's at Marvay said that, not to hurt ourselves when it comes into helping out our other brothers. And it just made me also think, even before that, that we do have to be aware that in this growth, in this becoming, in these changes and different flows in life, and your successes especially, everybody's not going to go with you. Everybody's not meant to come. Everybody don't want to come. And that was one of the biggest things that I had to deal with at that point and moment in my life, because that time when I lost everything, when that transition period in life came to me, was the first time in my life that I truly lost people for not a whole lot of different reasons, but for several different reasons. But when it came into the fact that some of those people that I had to put in that fuck you bucket,
yeah,
you know what I mean, had to be in that fuck you bucket for my own good. As much as I was trying to help and give back and help them fix their problems while I was having my own, I had to learn to let them go. And that's, I think, also too kind of plays into a big part of what I'm talking about when it comes into where do I see our people going. When it comes into let's say business, and just how all of us have the same 24 hours in the day to make decisions, to become. And you have a CEO, the person who founded and made this business, walking in the same door as the janitor. And you have your managers and different people working these different positions within this company that's making this whole business work, right? Working for the same company, and everybody from the top to the bottom, though, is important. They all have their purpose. And I think that that's one of the things that we miss, even when we got to let people go. Sometimes we have to let them serve their purpose. We have to even respect their journey. So yeah, that's just one of the things that really, really resonated with me when they put that into the comments. You know what I mean? Because our becoming has to be something that we respect out of each other, to the point where even if somebody else believes different than I do, they have their purpose. Even in the Bible, it says we all part of the same body. Just because you the head or just because you the foot, not the head, don't mean you not part of the body. Just because you the finger on the hand, you know what I'm saying, or the knee, you know what I mean? Every piece of this serves its own purpose, and we have to trust our Creator and our purpose of our becoming. It's up to us, though, to strive to be the best of us, because if we not our true, authentic selves, if we can't be who it is that we truly are on the inside, because I look at it like, yeah, some people consider themselves being real because they can, talk a certain talk or stick their chest out or feel like they can just beat up anybody. That's not necessarily what makes you real. Do you know you? Do you love you to the point where you love me too? To the point where you're not so upset about me and what I'm doing and who I am that you can't appreciate how our walks are important together. I just think, you know what I mean? I just think that, that's part of the mindset that we're going to have to adapt as a people. You know what I mean? When it comes into creating this new world that we're about to, because we're about to be back in power in several different ways once we especially understand how much power we already have. Yeah. I'll land my plane on that.
I'm actually about to shut it down. Y'all, it's getting late. my goddaughter over here is sleeping, and she actually about to get up all cranky. So I want to make sure she stays asleep. Listen, man, I appreciate my family for coming through and having this amazing extravaganza. I apologize for spelling the name wrong, and I appreciate y'all engagement. You know, everybody in the comments, I most definitely appreciate y'all. From Marvray to Mama Queen in there. I see you with the super chats. Everybody in between. We seen OTK come up. Brother Omar, you know, I can never forget you, Brother Omar. Always big shout out to the Brother Chocolate, Brother A1, you know, big boss man, A1 right there. Of course, he was the one who allowed all this to happen and allow us to give a great Soul Tribe show how we used to do it back in the day. You know what I'm saying? This was a lot of fun. And, you know, I'm going to take A1 up on that offer. I'm going to try to get my brothers and them back here at least once a week if I can. But like I said, my man Chocolate be traveling, man. Listen, he for real in a different city every night almost. So I'm going to let y'all get y'all closing statements out, and then we're going to close out. I'm going to start with Brother Omar, and then I'm going to go down to Brother Chocolate. Go ahead, Brother Omar.
Yeah, good looking out, Humble. You know, I'll be real quick. So, man, of course, always salute to, you know, to the boy A1. You know what I'm saying? For even giving us a platform to come up, you know, and, just having a decent conversation, shout out to his joint, Titan Debate League. And of course, always shout out to my boy Humble. You know what I'm saying? Real good brother. And now that I had respect for you, but I got a newfound respect for you because now, you know, I'm meeting your posse. So, you know, now I understand the method behind the madness, your tutelage, your upbringing, where you coming from. So I think that that's a pleasure, man. So it's always salute to you, Humble, man. You always fair, even if you disagree with somebody. You let us cook. You fair. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I gotta pay homage to your clique, Soul Tribe, man. You know, them some good brothers and sisters, very articulate, well spoken, studied, and brothers and sisters that friendships that they build, I can tell. Holding Brother Humble in reverence, passing the torch, and then passing it because they saw something in Humble. They saw that the brother was ready to step up, you know, to saw that the brother was qualified. You know what I'm saying? So, man, shout out to Soul Tribe, man. Y'all, this is an excellent platform, excellent decorum. You know, this was a good bill. We ain't have to sit over here and cuss each other out. You know, we dealt with each other. You know, we were respectful. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it should be. So shout out to Soul Tribe, my boy Humble, A1, platform Titan Debate League. Shalom and much love, everybody. Y'all be safe and enjoy y'all night. I'm outie, man. Much love.
Gratitude, brother. Gratitude.
All blessings. All blessings. Go ahead, Brother Chocolate. Hold on. I wanted to drop this bomb. Go ahead, Brother Chocolate.
I also want to give shout out to A1 for creating this platform, you know what I mean, and allowing our family to come up here and elevating you, Humble, you know what I mean, to the place and position where you are to allow you to be the best you know what I'm saying, that you can be and give you a chance to continue to grow in a way that, you know, I can't even imagine, man. I can't even imagine, you know what I mean, the direction that you handed. Brother Omar, who was here, you know what I mean, it was so good to see the family. Y'all don't understand. It's been a minute since we all been together.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? It's crazy that we didn't even come back together where we started. We came back together somewhere profound, new, starting off ready, man. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. You know, it was amazing.
That's huge, though, man. That's huge. I'm glad you pointed that out because that's exactly what happened, though, and that's that type of understanding and respect that I was talking about when it comes into just understanding other people's journeys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And where they are in life. You know what I mean? But I do want to continue to push that expectation, though, of things being better, because it's where you see yourself.
Yeah.
Is what's going to determine on where you're going. You know what I mean? And our ability to think things and speak things into existence, or just can't be. I mean, I can't really say enough how important it is, you know what I mean, to believe in yourself, to trust yourself, your intuition, your ability to do what you did the last time you went through something.
Exactly.
You still here. You can still get to that place you want to be.
I appreciate you.
You know, man, thank you, A1. Thank you, Humble. Soul Tribe family, everybody in the comments, everybody who's watching now, who might be watching later. Peace, love, and abundance to you. Like I said before, don't let what you can't do stop you from doing what you can do, but please do what you can do when you can do it.
Most definitely. And I'm going to exit out. We're going to get one of our sponsors in, and then we're going to get a closeout video. Let's get it, y'all.
Let's be real for a second. Some of you claim you're the best debaters in the game, but every week you're still arguing for free. You study, you prepare, you show up, you give them viral moments, and the platform gets paid, not you. That's not competition, that's exploitation. Some leagues built their entire reputation off the backs of debaters they never intended to compensate. Clips, views, donations, super chats, and the people creating the content still walking away with nothing. Over here, we don't play that game. We are one of the only debate leagues actually paying debaters, reinvesting back into the community. Because if your arguments generate value, you deserve value. So here's the reality check. If you're really the monster you claim to be, if your research is really as sharp as you say, if you really think you could dominate any room, then prove it. And here's where the stakes are real. Warriors don't fight exhibitions forever. They fight where the prize is. So you have a choice. Stay comfortable debating for exposure, building someone else's empire, or come step into the arena where serious debaters get respect and paid. This isn't charity. This is combat. Let's pause the noise for a second, because if you're still here right now, you're already different. Not everyone gets this. Not everyone understands real debate, real scholarship, real intellectual smoke. But you do. This is Coliseum of Arguments. This is Titans Debate League. And what happens here doesn't survive on algorithms. It survives on the people who believe in it. When you support through Cash App, you're not just donating. You're fueling the arena. You're the reason we can bring in high-level guests. You're the reason we keep unbiased judges. You're the reason these debates stay sharp, fair, and uncompromised. This platform is built by thinkers, sustained by supporters, protected by the ones who know value when they see it. If this show has ever sharpened your mind, has ever entertained you, or has ever challenged what you thought you knew, then Cash App is how you say, keep this going. Not everyone contributes, but the ones who do, they're part of what makes this real. Coliseum of Arguments, Titans Debate League, powered by the people who get it.
Family all around me. Family all around me. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. He my family, she my family. We are family. We might have the same last name, but that don't make you my family. I got some people with the same blood, and I know that they can't stand me. I got some people I call that ain't kin, that's gonna pull up and handle it. They take care of that business like family. We come from them trenches like family. They talking, you listen, that's family. They don't tell your business, that's family. They calling your phone, coming looking for you. They say that you missing, that's family. They don't need permission, that's family. When you hurt, they can feel it, that's family. Let them come while you're cheering, that's family. Let them come when you living, that's family. Family all around me.